Today I want to bring to you something that I'm making out of a package. I want to tell you where I got it, why I got it, and we're going to make it and try it and see what you think. And if you like it, maybe you can check it out for yourself. So I'm Miss Katie. This is Heritage Ways. You have found the right place for Soup and Stew Month and new recipes and conversations about soups and stews and all the things that we can eat with soups and stews in these warm or these cold winter months in a warm home. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let me get over here and get my apron on and we'll get started. Well, welcome friends. I'm so glad you're here. As you can tell, today I'm still in recovery from bronchitis, but I did want to bring you this video that I filmed a little bit before Christmas in anticipation of having January and February as soup and stew month themes and on my channel. So I still want to bring you this video. I hope that you enjoy this soup. If you've come over from Mary's Nest channel, this happens to be the company, the line of soups that she had shared that I had sent her some. I didn't expect her to share that on her channel, but she did, and I'm grateful for the friends that I've met through her channel. So this is the company, and this is the first of several of their soups that I'm going to try, and I hope you enjoy, and I will be back to filming when I'm able to do so. Thank you so much. Okay, today we are going to make a packaged soup. Now, why would I even buy a prepackaged soup? Well, there are several reasons. Number one, I bought this when we went to Lehman's to meet up with our friends Doug and Stacy several weeks ago. And I saw the display of this Anderson House soups. And non-GMO, gluten-free, nothing artificial, no added salt. There were several different kinds of soup. So I got two kinds because I thought it would be fun for you and I to try this, for me to try and kind of give you an idea of whether or not we liked it. It is always nice, y'all, admit it. It is nice to have a convenience food. They are more expensive. I get that. You get what you pay for, right? The more work somebody does for you, the more you're going to pay. So a convenience food is more expensive than making your own. So general rule, the more work somebody does on a product, the more you're going to pay for it. But I did get two of these. Little Music Man asked me to buy this one. It's the Red Pepper Corn Chowder. And it only has it's rice, potatoes, corn, onion, bell pepper, celery, chive, dill, and cayenne pepper. Now, I'm going to show you how we put it together. There is one mistake written on the directions, and I confirmed that on the website. So I'm going to go over that with you. Another reason I bought this, it is a family-owned and operated business since 1983. And it is in Gurnee, Illinois. All right, so we're going to put this together. So I bought it to just show us, and it seemed like a healthy alternative to a package that you might buy, a convenience soup package that has all kinds of gross stuff in it that you don't want to put in your body. And let's put this together and see what we think about it. And we'll get the kids to weigh in on it because this is what I'm making for their lunch today. All right, for starters, let's look at the recipe card. The directions are in here, the email address, their website, which is what I used to confirm the mistake on here. But that's okay. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes in my cookbooks that I've written. So we're all human. You will need 4 cups of vegetable or chicken broth. Okay. I've got the good fat in here. I've got a good gelatinous turkey broth left over from cooking a turkey carcass. So that is really good stuff. And I'm also going to get that good, healthy fat in here by using a spatula. the directions say to add the broth and the water, but the ingredients list does not include an amount of water. So I looked on the website for the actual recipe for this as well, and it did say 1 cup of water. So I have 1 cup of my water, or water from my Berkey, which I love so very much. So I'm just gonna put the water in here just to get the residual broth out of the jar. And oops, I'm gonna pour that water in there. Now I'm gonna bring this broth and water combination, which is a total of 5 cups of liquid. I'm gonna bring that to a boil on the stove, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead while that's boiling or coming to a boil, and I'm going to cut up some leftover turkey that I have from said broth. I have a couple of friends who have gifted me with these precious wax coverings, alternatives to foil and plastic wrap and so forth. But my friend Miss Karen in the northwest part of our country made this one for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I just love it so much. So I've had this covering my turkey. Now, I'm just going to take this turkey, and I'll be honest with you, some of it is a little dried on the ends, just because it's been in there a few days. And I'm just going to, it'll be fine in the soup, y'all. I don't waste much of anything at all. And I'm just taking these kitchen scissors. These happen to be from Pampered Chef, but you can probably find good quality kitchen scissors all over the place. And I'm going to just cut up this turkey. I could also do it like this. And I'm going to cut this into little pieces while my broth is coming to a boil. Alright, this has come to a boil. I did turn it down already. And the next step is to add our package of ingredients and bring it back to a simmer, it says. Ooh, the spices smell good. And it says to reduce to a simmer, cover, and let it cook for 15 minutes. It has been 15 minutes. It says to add the heavy cream or the half and half, 1 cup, and the seafood or the chicken. If desired, add a cup of broth or water if it's too thick. Continue cooking uncovered on low for 10 minutes. If you don't know about our daughter, Little Miss Homemaker's business, one of her businesses, is making these hand-woven pot holders that stand the test of time, y'all. These things, you know, you remember these from being a child, I imagine. And these loops come from New England, so they are made in America. They're all cotton, but I will put a link down below if you're interested in these. Every single person who buys these has told us they love them, and they have bought more. A lot of people have for gifts. All right, so we're back over here to add our 1 cup of cream. Actually, I've got half and half. I just bought this at Aldi. I really like to shop at Aldi. It says about 2 cups of chicken or seafood. That's probably about what that is. So put all that in there. A good way to use up your leftover poultry, right? Now, this is called a Florida Sunshine Red Pepper Corn Chowder. So that's probably why they mention you can add 2 cups of peeled shrimp on the website. And I'm not affiliated at all with this company. On the website, and I will link that down below, you can check out their products, their prices. Like I said, I bought this package at Lehman's in Kedron, Ohio, which is not far from me. But I will put the link down below for you to check their products out. I always like to support family-owned and local, y'all. I'm really big on that. All right, cook on low for 10 minutes. All right, I have 2 minutes left on this, but I had some thoughts. Another reason why I bought this package is a lot of us nowadays are thinking about prepping or thinking about prepping for any situation, honestly. I mean, here in the village, since we've lived here for about 14 months, we have lost electricity 3 times, I believe it is. And 2 of those times, there was not even any bad weather. So that's interesting to me because we never had that issue in Tennessee. I've never had to deal with that. So that's new to me. And just for a lot of reasons, folks are just prepping for, you know, anything. So I like to be on the alert for things that I might can put, you know, save back or have, because you don't want to just always have beans and rice. You can if you need to, but it's nice to have a variety if you're off grid or you're forced off grid with not having electricity or something like that. Now, regarding our water, we do have the Berkey for that reason, because we can go down here to the river and we can get water and put it in the Berkey, and it will purify it. I've got proof of that on another at another time. I'll share that. But we do have a gas stove, and we can light that with a lighter if we have to, or a match if we have to. So that is nice. I can't use the oven, I believe it is, but I can use the stove. Let me go ahead. The 10 minutes is up, so it says to turn off the heat and let it set for 5 minutes. So that's what we'll do. And then Little Music Man said he'd be willing to come and taste this for us, since he's the one that picked out this recipe. But what I wanted to tell you too, before we even taste it, I bet it's going to be really tasty. But you could have this as a mix, and if you did not have heavy cream or half and half, you could use evaporated milk. I'm sure that would work just fine. Evaporated milk is more of a diluted or a condensed, if you will, milk. Not like sweetened condensed milk, but it's got some of the water evaporated out of it. So you could also use cans of whatever meat you wanted to use, or if you had your own canned meat, or cans of chicken, or cans of seafood, or something like that. So and you can also use the canned broth if you had homemade canned broth or store-bought canned broth. So I think this is something that would be good to have, you know, on hand. Things like this you can have on hand, but just make sure you have everything that you would need to go with it. So the milk or the broth or the meat. So that is my idea on that, my thought process on that. So we are going to let this set for a total of 5 minutes. I'm already impressed that it didn't take long at all for the vegetables to rehydrate. So we'll see how those taste. I'm also really liking the non-GMO verified symbol, because I try not to buy corn for that reason, because it is just full of all kinds of things that I don't want in my family's bodies. And I believe in being able to make a choice of what we put in our bodies. It said to add more water if needed, and I don't think we need it. This is going to be what I call a thin soup. Now, the reason I call it like a thin soup rather than a thick soup is the broth. So the broth is it's a brothy soup. It's not a creamy in the sense of thick. It's not a thick soup. All right, I have my Little Music Man. Come on over here, honey. Why don't you stand right here? It's winter time, and he's still enjoying his Christmas pajamas, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
In the middle of the day. All right, now, what's it smell like? You picked out this recipe.
Corn chowder.
It smells like corn chowder. Okay, these are just toppings, the avocado and the chips. Can you tell our friends real quickly what we do with stale chips? Because you did it the other night by yourself.
We bake them for 5 minutes.
We bake them in the oven for 5 minutes. What temperature?
350.
350, and he knows how to do that. So would you like, I've got these here, but you like more broth than anything. No, you're not going to eat out of the pot, bud. Okay, look, let me get you a bowl. A mug that's just for you. Because no, you're not going to eat out of the pot. He prefers tasty broths. It's just, he's got texture situations, and he likes the broth out of most soups. So there, I'm going to let you. It's chicken, potatoes, corn, rice.
Like chicken and rice soup.
Chicken and rice soup. In mine, I put avocados in his warmed up, revived chips. You can taste it whenever you want.
Let's see.
The other night, we had a lot of end of the bag tortilla chips. And so he toasted those for us, and it kind of revived them to where they weren't stale. Now, you could put sour cream in this, or just no toppings. So, corn chowder. Red Pepper Corn Chowder. From Anderson House Foods. Wow, do you like it? Okay, I think you got a thumbs up from him, right?
It has a little spice to it.
It's very good. It is very good. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. It is very good. I would buy this again. Would you eat it again? Would you try some meat this time and vegetables?
I have meat in here.
Well, the consensus is it is very good. I'm going to say this. I feel like it needs some salt. I'm always going to be honest with y'all. I didn't see salt in the ingredient list, so I'm good to add. I'm going to just go ahead and put like a teaspoon in here. All right. There we go. Now I think that will be much better. Let me taste it and see.
What? It just sings.
Much better. All right. Thanks for watching. Hey, buddy, we're saying bye. We're just a minute.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day and count your blessings. Bye-bye.
It's good.
John, little Missy, lunch is ready.